I still gotta change the intro picture. Oh, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode. We're back.
We back, baby doll.
We back from our vacation.
Not together no more.
Tan everywhere.
Cozy homes.
Oh my gosh.
I miss
So
them.
last week we didn't have an episode, but the reason why we didn't have an episode was because three of us were at Brickworld Chicago. That is myself, as well as right over here.
Yep.
In this direction. There we go. As well as the Hawks. They were with me up at Brickworld Chicago, which was amazing. And then of course our El Jefe over here was chilling on a cruise, but it was for his wife's birthday, so it was a good cause. Because if he didn't, we probably wouldn't have him here today as we speak.
Valid.
Very true.
Exactly.
Happy belated birthday.
Yeah.
Happy belated birthday to Jenny. I'm glad that she was able to spend time on the cruise with her husband. I thought it was very beautiful. But welcome back, everybody. We are back again. This is second to last episode before the season finale, which is crazy that time has gone by so fast. But today you're joined by, of course, myself, Kennard. We're joined by the Super Hawk Bricks, as well as Brick It Jake. We are here, and we're not alone, folks. We have a very special guest who's going to be joining us today, and we have the most snappiest of dressers who are going to be on the show today, as you can tell from mine and Supa's attire, actually, Supa and Hawk's attire.
I'm wearing a vest.
I see the slight vest.
It's
You
a
came
vest.
Jake has the best.
You came to party, which I'm appreciative of.
It's a little too tight.
It's a little snug. My blazer
Jen also has a Jenny. Everybody needs a Jenny in their life.
But we have one of the snappiest dressers out there in the Lego community. We are very excited to have him on here today on the podcast. And who do we have on the show today, Super Hawk Bricks?
We have the fancy, snazzy, no color you see here, red suit studs.
Oh.
Well, hello there.
There he is.
Greetings.
I was
Greetings,
practicing
sir.
my swivel the whole time you guys were doing the intro.
Yeah, we're trying a new approach now.
Laugh and turned around like, hello.
Mm-hmm.
Cat. He doth appear.
Moto.
Oh, Moto.
Hello, Moto. We got lots of people in the chat today.
I'm about to say, yeah, we do.
They were ready. They said, you guys were gone for a week. Come back. We missed you. We missed you guys. Don't worry.
Oh, dang. I was about to say, we got a super fan in the chat.
Yeah, we do.
I can't. I still.
Yeah, still don't have our voice.
We still don't have our voices. It's that
Yeah,
How
let's
many
be
of
honest.
our fans did you guys get to meet 2 weeks
A
ago?
lot. Let's just say we traded a lot of stickers and sig figs.
I still have to make my post on sig figs and stickers that I got. I'm doing terrible.
I made mine fresh out of Brickworld, so you got the authentic voice loss. Yeah,
Speaking of sig figs that are beautiful and well done. There we
I
go.
think I had like 85 going into Brickworld, and I think I
Well
left
done.
with like 4, so I did good.
We came with 20 each,
Yeah, we came with 20.
but ours go out as a pair, so
Mm-hmm.
you did better than we did.
But
you
we
will
did
be
end up
getting a
26
sig fig
instead
from
of
me
20.
at some point because I got the heads of mine.
Parts.
Ed's been talking about his sig figs for 8 months
Ever.
Well,
Forever.
I feel like Chicago definitely opened his eyes up to how popular it was.
Oh my god, yeah. It was definitely an experience. Like
It's-
huge.
I didn't know that there's like kind of a decorum when giving out sig figs because I was just passing them out left and right, and some people were like, "Oh, you're giving me this so soon," and I was like, "Am I supposed to wait? Can I do it?" Or
I mean, you
I say-
can do it how you want.
I'm
but
one of those. The minute I show up, I'm just like, "You got sig figs to trade? Sig
that's
figs?"
kind of what I was doing.
I know if you
So
wait,
that- yeah,
people are gonna run out.
those sig
Well, we're
figs.
not going to see him but one time.
Yep.
There were many people that I literally was like, "Oh, hi, good to see you. Hopefully, I run into you again." And that was when I saw them. That was it.
I didn't have sig figs, but I was repping the tile for us.
Yeah,
And
you
the
bring that
tile.
microphone, right?
I had the Brick at Night tile. Or the token. If you got a token for me, it was a different story there.
Oh yeah, ours is hidden. Ours is off on the table.
I'm about to say, Jake, if you don't go to the next one, I'm just going to have you mail all your tiles to me. Because I've got a token for 2026, so that'll be soon displayed later.
I even got this really cool gift from some friend podcasters, the Hidden Bricks.
Oh yeah.
Got to hang out with those guys for a little bit. That was wonderful.
That is
Meeting
awesome.
friends.
Let's see here. We got a lot of comments, which I'm very happy for.
Mhm.
Jake, is this anyone related to you, bro?
That
Freedom's
is
come for
my
life.
best buddy Jake. He used to live 2 doors down from me.
Okay. I was sitting there. I was like, Jake, did you comment in the chat again?
He was the one who called me right here, like while we were getting ready. I was like, "Hey, I gotta hop up my podcast. Is it quick?" He's like, "Let me just tell you." I'm like, "I gotta go."
It's like goodbye.
Well done, Brick Dad. Glad you could.
Oh,
scoop one
Shy
of those.
time. Nice.
Oh, nice.
If you haven't seen Shy's brick and minifig, it's legit. He put some effort into it. Printed all around, like all.
I'm
the
about
prints.
to say. Ah, Kelly.
Kelly was with us.
Kelly's amazing.
We had a Hey Dudes thing. If you didn't know, Hey Dudes apparently is the thing to buy when you're in Brickworld Chicago.
Yes.
Everybody gets Hey Dudes. We bought Hey Dudes for Chicago. So next year.
Yeah, I'm
Prepare to
wearing
have
mine
Hey
right now.
Wait.
I'm wearing my
Taylor-
pair of Hey Dudes right now. They're amazing. They were amazing to walk around in. But
We'll have to see if you can find some solid red ones.
Ooh, yeah, all red Hey Dudes. Matched outfit.
that would be impressive. Either all red or all black. Who knows?
All
It
red
would
with some black
be
trim.
less challenging than trying to wear a 3-piece suit in 80-degree weather for 5 days. So
At least this year, Chicago though was not as hot.
yeah,
As
last year
last.
was worse. Last year was worse.
Like we only really had one hot day this year, and then the
Yeah.
rest were mild.
Summer held off a week and said, "You guys enjoy Chicago,
Yeah.
then I'll crank up the
Yeah.
heat."
Monday, when you're headed home, we're hitting 90
Exactly.
at 10 a.m.
Oh my gosh. No,
That
I would give you
Houston is so
some
much
massive
hotter
props if
here.
you were wearing a suit in the middle of 95 to 100 degree weather.
I mean, I used to be a DJ for weddings, and we did like outdoor stuff a lot of the time. So like, I'm kind of used to it. I don't like it, but if it's like in the 80s, I can usually handle it. But 90s, that's kind of pushing it.
So, are you saying you still would DJ?
I mean, I probably could.
So, July 10th of 2027, you'll be free to DJ?
I'll put it in the calendar.
Oh,
That's what
I
we
can wear
do.
this.
There you go.
I'll wear my blue
They go
blazer.
deep, just saying. So,
Brick Dad brings up a good point, and yeah, like, how did you guys feel about here?
Yeah, no, I was about to ask.
I mean, I know it was your first year for you.
but in general,
I enjoyed it.
you were on a boat.
I
Yeah.
was.
On a pina colada. Margarita. Really? Your soda on cruise?
Your sound is going really out there.
Is it terrible? This is
Is
terrible.
that just me?
No.
Margaritas. Watermelon margaritas for days. I
Nice.
think I got a selfie with at least like 15 of them.
There was a boat race.
That was fun.
We were racing the MSC, but I don't know about another kind of race.
But no, like my first experience being at Brickworld Chicago, definitely it set up expectations for like next year and the future ones I go to, because it was just it was amazing. You got to meet a lot of people. I got to see old friends, meet new people, specimen A, and I got to see
That's
some
a-
amazing builds.
Dang.
And then Jake wasn't there, which was
Specimen
even
B.
better. Specimen B. There. But yeah, no, it was awesome. I loved it, and I'm definitely coming back next year. And now already with all the people that I've met, it's just we're talking about mock building now. It's like, what you gonna do next year? It's like I have no idea. There's so much to do.
I started typing stuff in my notes app the week of as I was seeing other people's stuff, and I was like, "That's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'm gonna steal that." But like all art is stealing. It's just innovating after.
Oh yeah,
Right.
So after I saw everybody's stuff, I was writing stuff down the whole week.
Inspiration. You're
That's
writing
like
down
this
inspiration.
is. It's like I've seen this last year. It's like no, you didn't see it last year because this is what I came up with.
Mm-hmm.
No, I love that. I loved your setup though. I did love your setup. All the flowers everywhere. I love the fact that there was a brick built cat sitting there amongst all the flowers.
Here he is right now, the real one. He's napping.
Django.
He says no.
Yeah, I think next time I'm gonna have to make like a litter box and like some other accessories for him, or maybe like a food bowl. So I'll have to expand on that.
That'd
be amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you need some toys to play with too.
That too.
Take inspiration from the Lego Masters and build them a little cat tower.
There we go.
Oh, that would be really cool. And then put the tokens on the different tower platforms.
Look at this. We're getting more ideas.
And then they could have like flowers that have spin wheels on them so they can play with the flowers. See, look at us blabbing right now. Already done. We'll each build a part and build a cat structure for Chicago next year as high as we can build because that's the prompt.
That
Just
would be a cool
down
collaboration, having like a bunch of people make different cats and stuff like that. Make like a big like farm of cats. That'd be kind of cool.
Yes, everybody bring your cat in Lego form.
There we go.
Yes. See, Moto knows.
We got his attention real quick.
Yeah, I liked this year a lot too. I feel like now that I've done it a couple times now, it wasn't like me trying to sell myself to people like the first time I was there, because everybody's like, who the hell is this guy dressing up like fancy ketchup walking around? And now it kind of feels like I kind of know a few people, and it's more like seeing friends once a year versus trying to go to some kind of networking event, which at the end of the day, it's still that, but it's a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah.
It's definitely one that once you go the first time and you establish friendships, because there's times that I say times, but every time we go, we always end up making a friend that is I've never met them a day in my life. You know what I mean? But somehow we always end up making a new friend, and then it's like next year around, it's like, hey, are you coming back? Are you going to be here this year?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, it's definitely, it turns into you either have to plan to spend time with your friends or plan to go and do the events you want to do.
Yeah.
I got cats wrong.
I did want to ask. So how many times have you been to Brickworld Chicago?
So I've exhibited twice. 3 times, I guess, if you count the holiday show last year. I did the holiday show too.
Yeah.
And I've been to it a good amount of times, but actually like going for the 5 days and talking to people and being at my booth and stuff like that, I've done that 3 times now.
Now, the other thing I wanted to ask too was this also the first year that you ran a session?
Yes, it was the first time I ran a session.
How'd that go?
First day was a little rough, won't lie, because I'd never done it before. But I think also I kind of was against the clock on that one because it was an earlier morning session. It was one of the first ones of the morning, so people are still trying to wake up a little bit, so they're not as fluid, not as receptive, and so I'm trying to like make jokes and make it fun and interesting, and people are kind of like just kind of sleep falling. But the second 2 went a lot better because I kind of got into a rhythm and people were more receptive and stuff like that. So
nice. Note to Mark Larson: do not schedule him in the morning because he needs more receptive folks.
Yeah.
So, tip for next year as well: if you need to, when you go to submit your idea or the activity leader, in the comments section, when you submit that, you can put in like requesting a certain time of day if you want.
In the afternoon or on this.
I am not the morning person.
Yeah.
Okay. We try to always set our stuff. If we do some like 2 of the events, we do 2 days in a row, and we always try to like schedule 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon, so that way if somebody can't catch one, they can always try to catch the other show.
Sure. Okay. Good idea.
See,
try.
this is who we talk to as far as our like Brickworld liaisons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we need information.
Oh boy.
Pretty much. That's why we get the fancy purple badges.
Or the
That said,
fancy...
I'm stealing the show now.
Or
Yeah,
the
you
fancy
really want
white
them.
badges.
Exactly.
Your guys' were blue, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Meow.
My show now. I heard talk of litter, cat box and toys. I want all of that ASAP.
Meanwhile,
And this is
our-
the less distracting option
Yeah.
versus having him out of the room with the door closed. So,
Oh, there you go.
because I'm sure
You
he'll
know-
be yapping.
We don't mind pets in our feeds because we'll have... Okay, mine's at the door right now. My dog's at the door. He's just chilling, laying there on the cold floor, which is amazing. Where's Gizmo?
He was laying in the bathroom on the cold top. It's too damn hot out.
Too damn hot. Oh, dude, the heat index today was one. Oh God, it was 110.
What was the humidity?
Ugh.
Too damn hot.
It was like 50% humidity. I think it was by percentage. They were talking about 50%. It was just very. It rained too in South Carolina for like maybe 10 minutes, but it's just made it worse. That was all it did. Because I was like, ooh, rain. And then it stopped, and I was like, moisture everywhere.
That comment down there.
or
Kelly
humidity.
Kelly definitely knows. Swamp ass season.
How to take the dogs for a walk before the show. Real hot, Gizmo. Thanks for that.
Oh yeah, I had to take Atticus out for his walk before the show. I was talking to Mohawk. I was like, dude, I might be late. He's like, you got time? I'm like, oh, okay.
That's why we have cats.
On
With a
Saturday,
door
we
in
were
the
still in Miami, so we were with my
Coming in.
brother, and we went to the beach where they allow dogs. We brought his dog, and afterwards, the sand was so hot. He's like, "Oh yeah, just I pick him up and carry him off the beach." I'm like, "It's too damn hot for this."
Yeah.
But the dog was loving it. He was getting in the water with us. He was chilling under the umbrella. It's good times.
No.
Oh snap! I didn't even know this. I'm tagged in one of your posts. I'm here just so. I talked to them, and we were basically doing like a good bit of research on you, just for fun,
Creepin'.
to create more. What was that?
I said creeping.
Yeah, we were creeping. We were basically doing that.
If you don't listen to country, you wouldn't know.
God, you're a Cooper. Hold on. I'm gonna put this up here because I thought this was amazing. Now, was this also the first year you got nominated at Brickworld Chicago? Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't nominated for nothing.
Yeah, first year. I was surprised at what got nominated because I thought something else would instead. But yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Let me see if I
Love
can
it.
zoom in. Can I zoom in? Nope, it's not gonna let me zoom in. It doesn't do that for the picture.
No room for you.
No, I thought that was amazing though. You were nominated for it was best 3D art
Mhm.
nominee. That's freaking cool, man.
Mhm.
Yeah, that one. I do so many different botanical stuff where color is the most important thing that I'm thinking about, and I kind of wanted to challenge myself to do something with just one color, and at the same time, I also then once I figured that out, I wanted to make it easy on myself, so I chose black because there's so many different Lego pieces in black.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I don't know. I think I might do something like that again in the future with a different color because it was a fun way to focus on one exact
I wonder
color
if I
and then
can
try to
flip this and
figure
see.
out what else I wanted to do with it.
It's a good way to look at shape and
Yeah.
overall appearance as opposed to just what the eye sees when the colors blend.
Yeah, those are the two things in my sessions that I talked about when I did my flower building class was shape and color. And basically, I usually always start with a color, and then from there, I go on Bricklink and I look at 90 different pages of every single piece that has ever come in that single color, and then I look at those shapes of what's on there, and if it's like similar to a flower petal or a leaf or something, then I kind of go from there and so I kind of have to analyze that color and that shape very closely.
Mm-hmm. I'm
So
sure you play with a lot of like,
Screenshot.
stacking too.
Yeah.
yeah, I took a screenshot of it just to see if we could zoom in on it, dude. You did a killer job with it. I think this is really awesome.
Thank you.
Because looking at the smaller scale of it, it wasn't doing much justice, so I figured I'd zoom in.
Mhm.
How? I gotta ask, how many pieces and how long did this take? Do you have a?
Let me put in before you answer that question. I have a question. Ken, have you ever displayed at a convention before?
I have not.
Okay, so as someone who builds and displays at conventions, that is the worst way to ask me.
I thought you were going to tell him to
I don't know.
STFU.
I started the idea.
Note to self:
I put
don't
some-
ask any mock builder how long did it take and how many pieces.
A lot, a long time.
A lot
But-
and a long time.
Go ahead, Red Suit.
This one actually, it didn't take that long because I kind of already had it all planned out in my head. Basically, once I oh yeah, I see somebody saying the pumpkin storage head. This is kind of similar. The vase for this, it's a black Lego storage drawer, and so once I figured out how I wanted to do that, I filled it. There's actually styrofoam in there at the bottom because that's kind of what I used to stick all the plants in there. And then I put a layer of like a bunch of 1x1 black pieces to kind of just cover it up at the top. So as far as the time that it took, once I got all the pieces, I think I probably did it in a night because I just had been thinking about it so much. And then as far as pieces, I would say at least over 1,000, especially with all the 1x1s that are dumped in there.
Yeah.
Is that a
See,
little
Super, it
bird?
wasn't a bad
Oh.
question to ask. It's just you gotta dig a little deep for that one.
Yeah, I know. But as somebody who has been around, the question is usually a lot, or the answer is usually a lot.
I can think of a more annoying question than that. Not necessarily with displayers at conventions, but I also part-time work at an actual Lego store. And one of the questions that I get a lot, people will come in and they'll point at any of the displays and they'll say, "Do you build those? How else do you think they're there?" Like, you don't go into like American Eagle and point at the mannequins and say, "Can you put the clothes on those?"
Did you
Like-
guess that?
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna
Very
leave
You
that
valid.
set
person.
that tent up in that sporting goods store.
Yeah.
No.
How else do you think those Legos get on display? You got to build them.
Oh my.
That's funny.
Yeah, no, I feel really bad if someone just went up to your mock table and was like, "Did you do these?" It's like pictures on the banner. I don't know what to tell you, buddy.
So my family was helping me load in and out that week, and my mom was she wanted to match me, and so she had like a red jacket. And of course, if somebody sees an older woman with a red jacket by a sign that says Red Suit Studs and there's a bunch of flowers, they assume, "Oh, you must have done these." And then she goes, "Actually, that's him." And she points over to me because a lot of the time assume just because I'm a guy, why would I want to build flowers? But who cares? It's fun.
Agreed.
Oh dang! I left my roses in the freaking kitchen. My friend printed out totally off topic. My friend recently printed out he 3D printed a spiral vase, black and red gradient, and he was just like, "What Lego flowers are you gonna put in there? I know you got a couple of sets." And I was like, "I'm gonna put the Lego rose bouquet in here." He was just like, "Why?" I was like, "It's red and black.
Black
Mhm.
and red.
No other flowers are gonna go well with this."
Right.
Not
But
really
no. I'll have to
I
pull
would
that
agree.
later. That'll be like an off-stream thing. Yeah, no, I love the setup that you had. I thought it was amazing. Well, wait a minute. I think we have. Where's the picture of it? There is a picture of it because I have it right here. Haha. Presenting all the screens today. Ta-da!
I would recommend to every person who displays at Brickworld, invest in some acrylic risers, because that was my godsend on this display, because I brought more stuff than the previous times that I've been displaying, but I kept the same amount of tables with just 3 8-foot tables. And what saved me was I had a bunch of acrylic risers that I could kind of stack those flowers behind each other, and that helped a lot.
Smart. It
I feel like
looks
the
good
cat
that way
is
too.
staring at
Yeah,
me.
it fills out the table nicely. without
Yeah.
looking cluttered.
Creates a banner underneath your banner, like
Mhm.
like an edging.
What I'll
Makes
do
it
is
look. Yeah, it looks good. It looks great. Great display.
I was a little worried for a while that I wouldn't be able to have my banner up because the past 2 times I've been up against a wall, and so I was kind of thinking, oh well, then I'll get a banner we can put it up on the wall. We brought a stand just in case, and thank God we did because since I was kind of in an island in the center, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to put it up. But yeah, that helped out.
There we go. We can do this easily.
Ta-da!
All the zoomies. Oh wait.
Are those individual on the stacking the tiers, or is it like shelf?
Yeah, they're all individual ones. I bought like
Okay.
there was like a case of 5, and I bought 2 of them on Amazon. So I got like 10 different acrylic stands, and I had a few others just sitting around at home because I use them sometimes for just displaying my own like sets at home on the shelf. So I bought everything I had for acrylic risers, and I used all of them too. So
Very
No, I
nice.
like it. It's a great way to display.
Mm-hmm.
You get to really see the full kind of build of it. Like you can see each individual pot around each flower
mhm.
and stuff like that.
Not
Last
looking
time, I
over
just kind of
something.
staggered them back and forth, which that was good for the time. But now that I'm making more and more, I need more room. So
Not only that, but you did a really great job with contrasting the different colors.
Yeah.
One like it wasn't just like a red flower, blue vase, or blue base, blue flowers. It was you really coordinated each one to a specific tone.
mhm.
I think that's amazing because you have mixtures of pastels and light colors, and then you have warm colors all along there.
I was really happy when they made made those vase pieces in white because since it's such a neutral tone,
Mhm.
I can add it to almost any flower and it works.
Which is amazing.
Brick Dad
Let-
wants to know what's your favorite build that you brought?
Out of if we're talking flowers specifically, those kind of dark orange ones with the teal vase.
Right
Yeah.
here?
That's one of my favorites that I did. I really like the colors on that one. Otherwise, if we're talking just builds in general, probably I was a big fan of my cat mosaic. I really
I was
like
gonna say, Django.
I have.
If you zoom out on that, Ken, you should be able to see it.
There we go. I'm trying to get it over.
To the right, to the right.
I'm working on it.
Your other right, Ken.
I'm trying to get
No,
close to
right.
it. My thing's being all weird now. Ah, there we go.
Hey,
There we go. Sorry about that.
there it
I-
is.
Staring right at me. If I move my head, the eyes kind of follow.
I think you did an amazing job with the mosaic, though. I think that's really good.
Oh, for sure. It's fantastic.
The last time I brought that to a convention, it actually wasn't that popular. It wasn't until I added the
statue?
three-dimensional version next to it. For whatever reason, people they gravitated towards it, the whole thing, once that was next to it. And it's not like they were just looking at the three-dimensional one too. They were kind of seeing all of it because there's a little one too of him down at the bottom that you can't really see in the picture. But I just kind of have a bunch of different versions, like a 2D version of him, a 3D, a miniature. So I just kind of have all these different versions, and I think all 3 of them together kind of made the display what it was.
Yep.
Hello
Definitely
to
next.
my cats.
Definitely the next one's gonna be a Lego tree or a Lego cat tree,
Mm-hmm.
or a Lego litter box. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. I really want to do a litter box so I can make little Lego turds in there. I think that'd be funny.
I think it's gonna be fun for you. All you gotta do is get like the dark bluish gray and light bluish gray studs,
Mm-hmm.
throw in there as the litter box piece.
Yep. That's exactly what I was thinking of doing too.
Are you gonna throw like Febreze
like
tags in
throwing
there
some
just
of
to see
that
if it smells, if
transparent
people
blue
will
that
actually get a whiff of it?
That'd be a good idea.
Just make it with the popcorn pieces, the 1x1 popcorns.
Yeah.
Or
That'd be good too. The ice cream.
yeah, they look like a little litter ball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
That's
he
amazing.
could make a brick built like poo, and then just like exterior studs to make it look like the cat litter sticking to it.
There we
So
go.
Dawn from Lego Masters, she built a. Oh, you said ship in a bottle,
Oh yeah.
and that's I seen that. I was like, oh, that's smart. So wanting to make it the cat litter box, I'm here for it.
And I always like trying to do humor in my builds, because I feel like so often with the flowers and everything, there's not really much I can add on to there. But with like, if I were to do the litter box and everything, I feel like that would be nice and funny, and people would get a good kick out of that.
Yeah, especially with what you've already got going with the cats, the multiple of the cat. That would fit in perfect. And then you could build a little scoop. Oh, and then you could enter into the lifelike category at Brickworld. Most lifelike. And then you'd be like, this is my cat and his litter box, his scooper, and his little cat toy.
Somebody's going above and beyond.
I'm just saying.
I'm definitely going to bring that one next year. There are some displays that I don't think hit 100% this year that I won't bring back, but I'm definitely going to bring that one back and add more to it probably. So
nice.
Soup is about to give him a list of all the cat variety like things that you could build out of Lego.
I got all the ideas.
The man's gonna have a power play system where he actually has like a cat toy rotary system, and it's just gonna move back and forth on the table. And it's just gonna be that's gonna be very impressive for next year.
He's gonna
I just need to get my actual cat to be like approved as like an emotional support animal and bring him with me or something. That's the next step up.
Yep, more litter boxes.
It would be impressive to see Sir Meows-a-Lot like going to your litter box and like filtering through it and be like, oh no. That's not real.
I have a Lego spray gun and I'm spraying him away. No, down.
Just see all the Lego blue translucent studs get fired. No, back off.
Oh, and then you can throw a little laser gun with the little red shooter piece sticking out the end, so like it's lasering.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, see, don't get me going. I'm an idea
issue jobs to other people. They're like, oh yeah, we have these great ideas. You should build it.
Forget the flowers. I'm becoming a cat guy now for all my builds.
Cat guy now.
It's just gonna be a cat studio, and he's gonna have people just like earlier. There was a comment that Brick Dad Builds put in there, like a cat. It was a cat batat, like a play on habitat.
Cat batat. Oh, nice.
I thought I said bat cat.
It was cat batat.
I'm pretty sure it was just cat bat.
Well, you scroll and post it. Cat batat.
Cat habitat. Like habitat.
Yeah.
That's not how you spell habitat, though. Right?
We're being a negative Nancy.
Negative Nancy.
I thought it was a cat bat cat. I don't know.
I knew where he was going. I knew where he was going.
Let's mute him.
Yep, we'll just cut him off.
He didn't go to Chicago. We'll cut him off. You better not meet Brick Dad Builds in person.
I wasn't being mean about what he said. I thought he meant like a bat cat, like make a Batman cat. I don't know.
You know what else we did at Brickworld? We played Mario.
Batmobile.
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart was so fun.
Handed to me by like a 13-year-old dude.
We were humbled.
Oh my god! I remember you telling me that story when we were playing.
Those people
World.
were brutal.
Well, and I among my friends, I'm probably the best out of my friend group. So I was like, I got this, no problem. And then I see this kid playing me, and he's destroying me, and he's doing what is that technique where you're always drifting? He's like snaking, and I don't know how to do that. And it was funny too because like in between the rounds, he'd go back to his seat and wait for the next round. He'd be on his Switch 2 playing the new Mario Kart, and I think he was playing Yoshi, and he had like a Yoshi baseball cap on. That should have been the giveaway.
You've already done well in this game. And
wasn't he playing White Yoshi?
Oh, yeah, still on lap 3. I'm already
done. Because I remember watching him play, and I'm like, oh my god, this kid's on another level. I don't want to play in this tournament. Thank God.
Yeah, it was brutal.
It'll definitely be a big hit again for next year, but wow, we're gonna have to do some practice before we come back and think we're gonna even I at least expected I'll be in the last few series of race. I'll make it through a few rounds.
I'll make it the first round.
Didn't even clear the first round. I was fighting to stay in second. Like I was fighting third place the whole time to get through
Yeah.
that, and they're just like, "This is ridiculous. How are you guys so good?"
And you're not even playing your rules with just blue shells and bombs.
Yes, that's my favorite. That's
when
pure
that Mario
utter chaos.
Kart first came out, because I think that we were playing 8 Deluxe. When that first came out, I was just going into high school, and I had transitioned from a middle school from a different school system, so I didn't have many friends right away. So like all I was doing was playing Mario Kart when that game first came out, and so I'd been playing it for years and years and years. And I'm like, yeah, I'll do fine. I can beat these kids. And then this 13-year-old just whoops my ass out of nowhere.
Sneak attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then we were playing the
I'm
new
really good
Mario
in my
Kart
friend group
next
too. I
door.
play with
Mm-hmm.
Who's going
Go
to
ahead.
continue their story?
That's you.
We were playing.
It was
We were
between you
playing
two
next
right
door,
now.
and even then, it was still hard racing against the computer on the new Mario Kart to like try to beat them. It was tough.
It controls a
dude.
little bit differently too.
Mm-hmm.
It feels different with drifting and
it-
stuff.
Feels more realistic. When
Yeah,
you
it's
get there.
heavier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
because
can feel the
drifting,
weight
like,
of it as you try to make the corner.
I think Mohawk and I were talking about that too. It was just like, yeah, you got to hit the turn really early if you want to drift perfectly in sync with the corner. Because I think there were moments where we slid off a rainbow road. I was like, this does not happen on 150cc for us.
Mhm.
Even on 200, we're hitting these turns. Nah, it
Makes
gave
you
us some
tap
reality
brake.
checks. Oh, it
Yeah.
gave us a reality check. I was not happy falling off on
Mhm.
Rainbow Road.
I didn't even bother the next night when they had a Smash Bros tournament because I'm worse at Smash Bros than I am at Mario Kart, so I didn't even bother.
Same. Same.
Right?
We went up and checked it out for a little while, and it looked like it was a great time. I mean, they were glued to it.
hmm
But yeah, there was no way. We were watching the screen battle even, and I'm like, I can't even follow what's going on half of this. Like, there's no way I could have fought.
No.
Anytime somebody whips out a GameCube controller, I'm like, all right, I'll sit this one out.
So
oh my god! Yeah,
I didn't bust mine out for the racing, and I feel like that was my downfall. Is I went
Mm.
ahead and used Joy-Cons instead of using my GameCube controller. Because yeah,
Mhm.
that controller for racing,
hmm
it's my pride and joy.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, no, that was fun though. I had a great time up there. Whether it was playing Mario Kart, I did play one round of Super Smash Bros. Got in second place. I was happy.
There you go.
I was not against
I
my
can't
friends
follow
who
the screen.
demolished me. But no, it
There's
was.
too much going on the screen. But the
I'll be-
MC Rayleigh that was there running the
Yeah.
Super Smash Bros. He did great. He
He's
was
awesome.
talking about all the stuff that was going on and like being the hype man and being the announcer and being the like all. It was awesome. He did great. And it was his first time.
I met him earlier that week because I went over to his display because he had a whole bunch of Smash Bros stuff at his display, and he was showing me one of the builds he made, and it was one of the stages that he recreated, and he was just kind of telling me like all the interior stuff. And before I knew it, we had been talking for like a half hour, and he was just explaining this one build. Like he knows every single square inch of that game, and like he had so much knowledge that I didn't even comprehend. And he was even wearing like the same shirt that like the director of Super Smash Bros wears. Like he's in it. He knows
Yeah.
this stuff.
Die Hard.
But
Which
he
is
was
awesome.
great.
Yeah, it was a pleasure to get to meet him, and we had a little communication before the show since we run the Mario Kart. He was asking some questions,
Mhm.
and yeah, then when we seen him in action, I was like, "You're good. Like I might be
Yeah.
asking you questions for
Yeah.
next year because
You want to come MC my racing for me next year?
Well, and I asked him, I was like, so I mean, obviously like Smash Bros. And he was like, yeah, I really want to share my love of this game and have everybody enjoy it. And I'm like, this dude, he's awesome.
Yep.
for
Oh, I
sure."
freaking love that. What am I thinking about? It was just an awesome experience. But I know we're coming up to one of our first segments of the night. This first segment, it's actually a brand new segment that we're doing because we talked about it. We talked about it when we were in Chicago about doing this segment. It's called I'm gonna make some artwork for it, but it's called Promo Pool. Promo Pool or Platform Pool, that's what it is. Platform
Yeah.
Pool, where we go onto your different platforms that you have, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever the case may be, and we pull one piece of media and then we talk to you about it, and then you elaborate more on the topic a little more at hand, and
Drink time.
pretty much talk about that.
Kind of feel
Before
like
we
I'm on
get
Hot
to-
Ones. You got that explain that Graham.
That's actually where it was came from. Yay! I'm
Yep.
so glad somebody got it.
Yep.
I showed Super Hawk that, and she was like, yeah. Or I showed them that when we were in Chicago. They're like, we gotta do this.
We got Sean Evans
Yeah.
over here. Okay.
Do you have your content pulled up,
Let me see here, because I assume
or do you have it's the Hawks? Do you have your?
Ken, I
content pulled
sent you a video in Instagram.
Yay! Okay, you sent it to me personally.
I did, and I sent it to Brick at night because I didn't know
Okay,
who ran.
perfect.
But I figured if you wanted to pull it up,
You're perfectly fine. I got it right here. Messages. Oh, is it the? It's the flower one.
yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Let me go ahead and share screen, and I'm going to start this video over. Actually, present, share screen, share. All
Say
right.
the
Hopefully, we
flower
can-
one. It's like which one? This one.
Full breakdown of how I made my brick separator Lego flowers. You're going to need
Yeah.
brick separators to do this, but I'm sure you won't have a problem finding that many. You're also going to need a pretty good amount of these 1x2 rounded plates, layered
Hmm.
on top and 6 of them on the bottom to make this circular shape. Then connect 6 of your brick separators in between where those rounded plates meet. Then stack 2 1x2 rounded plates together 6 times, and then place those in between where the brick separators meet. Take 6 more of those rounded 1x2 plates and connect them to 6 more brick separators. Then connect both circles of brick separators. Put 4 of these axle bricks evenly spaced out on this stem piece and connect it to the back of your flower. Then add a piece in the center, and then you have a Lego brick separator flower.
Oh, what the heck?
I know, right?
Okay, that's really cool.
that was one of the flowers that one of the templates that I taught at my class. See, he's got enough.
He's
Oh,
making
now
a
you just got to get the pieces now.
Yeah,
I got
that
plenty
was
of
one
flower
of the
pieces.
the templates that I taught at my class because I did have a lot, and so I was like, well, why don't I just give them out for free at my class, and everybody can build the flowers. And surprisingly, I didn't have enough for my 3 sessions, so I had to start bumming off of other people, and I was a little bit nervous leading up to the class. I was like, I might not have enough because I needed like 360, which you'd think everybody has that much, but when I started adding more and more, I was like, damn, I need more brick separators. But yeah, that one, it was one of the flowers that I came up with where I kind of wanted to do something outside the norm of most of what I normally do, where it's like they're actually like photorealistic flowers. So I kind of wanted to do something a little bit different, a little bit sillier. And then I also have like some minifigure flowers too, with like full-on minifigures bodies. So that was just kind of the ones that I kind of wanted to think outside the box on.
minifigure flowers, like the petals are minifigures.
Yeah, let me
that's
see. I don't think I have it right by me, but I had it at the convention, so it's probably in some of the photos. But yeah, I had
Noted.
actual minifigures for the petals.
I'll be looking later.
I'm about to say research on the tail end, but I know you had a question for him that you were talking to me about on the phone before.
I did. So in the creeping on your Insta and your Facebook and whatnot, I came across a post that you did where you were talking about how you got started into Lego, and that your brother, who is 6 years older than you, I believe, was giving you all your hand-me-downs, and that's how you acquired, your set and started collecting and building. But my question to you is, was there anything specific that you acquired that was like, this is it? This is like why I want, like, this has drawn me into Lego.
I think probably so. My brother started collecting Legos probably around 2000, like right around when Lego Star Wars started, because he had a lot of the original Lego Star Wars stuff. So I'm trying to remember one of the exact sets it was. The few that I remember, he had a lot of the Attack of the Clones ones that I would play with a lot, and he'd get mad at me because I'd break them, obviously, because I was little. But I think I remember there was like the Bounty Hunter Pursuit with like the yellow speeder and the green speeder. I remember That was one of the
Mhm.
ones that my brother had that I liked to play with a lot.
Love that
Or
one.
he had, I think, one of the original AT-ATs from back in the day. So I probably started off a lot on some of the original Lego Star Wars stuff, or at least like the second or third wave of Lego Star Wars stuff. Because I think they started in '99, and he had some of the early 2000s stuff. That was kind of the seminal sets for me, probably.
I wouldn't.
I got
have
some of
ever
those
thought of that.
OGs.
Yeah.
I don't
the
think we
original
still have
X-wing
them.
and the Y-wing and the.
I think ours got lost to time somewhere because I don't think he has them. But we sorted through, me and my mom, every single Lego piece we ever owned, and we never came across any of those. So they either got sold somewhere or he has them, but I don't think so. So they're lost by this point.
Oh,
I would
that's
not
awesome.
want to sort through every single Lego piece I own. I still have totes to go through.
I was
So
gonna say,
I'm like,
I am doing that, just having a never-ending process.
yeah.
I'll show you what you're gonna need. You're gonna need a lot of these right here. A lot of these storage doors.
So that.
Mhm.
So it's
Yeah.
funny. We have up here we have little pullouts like that with the
Mhm.
stuff, but we have I say he has like the pullout bins for tools and stuff like that. Here, hold on with the camera. And we fashioned ourselves a rolly cart.
Oh, sure.
Oh,
So
that's
it's
just fancy.
Because if you go and put them on the wall, like you see there, it covers the wall real fast. It's
Yeah.
like, I'm not trying to take up that much space.
Having it on wheels is certainly slick because I wish sometimes I could move around my space while still building. That's nice.
I think it's
That was
awesome though that it's
definitely
like
a-
multi-directional too. So
Mhm.
you're
Yeah, we have
you're
a guy for
condensing
stuff.
space too. The Hawk's just
I'll be
being
lucky.
innovative over here.
I
I
got
love
very tired of having to go to the wall and pull out one piece at it, one set of parts and this and that, and then coming back to the table. And I'm like, I want something I can roll right up to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of these IKEA trays too. I use these a
Those are
lot.
nice.
They're like $3, and they make actual furniture that you can like slide them in and out of.
Okay, that's genius. I
We
need to go back to
found
IKEA now. Man.
See, I just used my grandmother during the pandemic to just kind of sport.
Yep. I had my mom help me.
She'd come back and be like, "Do you have any more? You have more Lego for me to sort?" I'm like,
You're sitting there going,
colors. She couldn't really do the different pieces.
Mhm.
She was only like 93, something like that.
My grandma would always sort for me. Like if I was building something at her house, she wouldn't want to build any of it because obviously her hands would hurt if she tried building it. But she loved sorting it just by like color and everything.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah. That helps you really get that speed building going.
Hmm I had my sister and my mom help me do my UCS Millennium Falcon, and we were done within like I think 20 hours. We did it over a couple days.
Wow.
nice. Were those the were those the two pieces from your platform pull, Supa?
Yes.
Awesome. Jake, did you have one?
It's okay. We didn't really.
It's okay.
It was Jake. He was on
Sunday
a
night, I had to write a paper yesterday that I turned in. It's been an exciting week.
So I pulled this one. This was a video that you posted 3 months ago.
Okay.
Because not only do you have a love for flowers, but there's also Star Wars, because I'm seeing the lightsabers in the background as well from Bricker Builds.
Mhm.
There's also a love for Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
And I had seen that you did a video on minifigure grade Pokemon from Super Smash Bros, which is hilarious that we talked about that. So I'm pulling it. Hold on, let me present this really quick. I'm not going to play the entire video because I think the video is like 10 minutes long, but I'm going to do the snippets of where you made each and every one of them.
Oh, sure.
Starting off with Mewtwo.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
I thought this was I might actually play this out. Let's see. I'll turn it down though.
Please tell me you made Cubone.
I did not make Cubone. I just did all the ones from Smash Bros.
Okay,
Like this-
because I see
this
that
would make-
skull and I'm like, or that headpiece, and I'm like, that would make a perfect Cubone.
Yeah, it would work for that too.
Mewtwo's in
Did you-
Smash Bros?
Is that a Chima helmet?
Yeah.
It is.
Did you wipe the helmet?
So this one, all that's on it is a nose and a mouth print. So I just used an eraser, and I just erased it. I think I have my eraser here. I can show you. It's basically just a little electronic eraser.
Yes, we have one of those.
Nice. Oh, I got a little Dremel tool. That's awesome.
Mhm.
No, it's an eraser.
Is it an eraser? Okay, I thought it was like a little Dremel base.
I have
Instead of you having to do that.
I have a friend who's an engineer, so oftentimes I'll defer to him for a lot of Lego advice when
Heck
it comes to structure and actual thinking skills. Because I'm just, you can see by a lot of my builds, I just look at it from the artistic standpoint. But I ask him a lot of questions as far as like actual how to make things work. And he suggested that, because I told him how there are so many pieces that would work if they just didn't have the print on them. And I know people had done, I've seen people use like isopropyl alcohol, but that's kind of inaccurate and can sometimes damage the plastic. And he said, dude, just get an electric eraser. And I said, what the hell is an electric eraser? And he explained to me, I bought it right then and there.
Oh my god, I just love I love the detail that you put into this.
And this Mewtwo one, I've actually updated it since. I've had a couple update videos from people who comment. Because normally, I'll say 9.9 times out of 10, when I do something like this where I make different Pokemon or minifigures or any kind of character, people have opinions. And they will often tell me, well, just do this, just do that. Why aren't you doing this? And what I don't think, and I think this is just the problem with social media in general, people don't know the work that you put into a video. Because like I researched pieces on Bricklink literally for 6 months to make every single Smash Bros character. I did it for months and months and months, where I would be scrolling on Bricklink and finding pieces and sourcing them and buying them and trying new pieces.
Yeah.
And not everybody knows that that much work goes into it. So people will just comment and they'll be like, "Well, why didn't you use this piece?" And I'll comment back and I'll say, "Well, that piece doesn't exist actually, so I couldn't use that piece." Because people just, "Why don't you do this?" Because I can't.
Honestly, that should be like the disclaimer at the beginning of your videos. Any of the pieces that you see in this episode right now were modified for my use and not what the pieces I really wish could be made.
Right.
Disclaimer: thousands of parts and pieces were tried in the making of this.
I've been doing this for a while. I know how to look up pieces, people. If it was there, I would have found it.
My
this
favorite
is not
thing
the
is
first
when,
macaroni prototype.
right. My favorite thing is when people will just comment. They won't even give me any specifics. So this is even like worse than people telling me what I should do. Is they just say, "Well, make it better."
You got
that's a good start. Let's see how we can improve it.
Oftentimes when people will just give a very broad suggestion like that, like, "I don't like this, you should make it better," I'll often respond by saying, "Don't be too specific now."
I do things my way.
Yeah.
That's why it's my mock.
I love this, dude. I just love the fact that you're doing the Super Smash characters, like the Pokemon style ones.
I love the frog for the hair
The
curl.
frog for the hair twirl, yes.
That I was working. That was the one thing that I could not get right with Jigglypuff. I was working on that one for a long time, testing different pieces and trying to get the face to look right. And I for a while I didn't even bother putting the tuft of hair on because it was too difficult to try and mix it in. But after a while, I was like, I gotta have this because it's like it's so iconic to the character.
Yep.
And I was thinking in my head, somebody's going to comment saying, "Well, how come her hair's not on there?" So I was like, I got to do it. And so I tested a bunch of different. I tried like the swirly cupcake pieces.
Dynamic builder.
It came down to a lot of like food and animals and stuff like that have like very unique shapes. And the frog, lo and behold, that's the one that worked.
I think it's great though. It's very innovative, and then you stuck to the essence of the character anyway, because very small, round, and then the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been it kind of would have been funny though if you made it to where you could actually put eyebrows on her, to make her be very angry. But this is awesome anyway. Greninja is what, dude. When you did Greninja, oh come on now.
I was really happy with the Greninja one.
Dude, the Greninja one. Oh, wait on a minute. That looks amazing.
That one was a lot. I mean, there were a lot of illegal techniques that I used throughout that series.
I was kind of taking the assumption there because I know in the video you mentioned this is the body that you use for R2D2.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's an R2D2 body, which does come in that dark blue color.
Yeah.
But then I needed to figure out how to get the tan on the belly, and
which I saw was a sticker sheet.
It's still a Lego piece, man.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's-
I think it's
Very well
and that's
done.
the great thing that you mentioned in this video multiple times when it comes to something illegal or the fact that Lego doesn't come out with it.
Mm-hmm.
You still utilize something that is Lego technically.
Improvise.
But this is amazing. I love this. I love this. You got the eyes right. You got the scarf tongue, the water shuriken. Yes. Now I really need to see this as a set.
I have a feeling that when they do Lego Pokemon next year, it's not going to be minifig scale, unfortunately. So,
which I'm kind of hoping. Well, and that's honestly that's actually something that I want to ask you about it because, well, I'll go through the rest of them. This is Lucario, which is awesome, and then you have Incineroar. Which that one's awesome.
I
like him.
From the beginning, I knew I wanted to use those red flame pieces for his hair, though. That was my starting off point, because I was like, that piece is perfect. But from there, I had to try and makeshift what I needed.
I think it's great, though. I mean, you even had the legs right, because I know he's got the striped legs, and then, of course, he's got the flaming belt.
Yeah, I really wanted to wrap that belt around the whole thing, too, because it's a lot of these characters are very two-dimensional. If you look at them the wrong way, especially Jigglypuff, like, Jigglypuff ain't round in Lego form, but like when you're looking at it from the front, it's good enough.
Exactly. Oh, here's another one where you had used a another building technique, and it was, I think. Let me see if I can go to it. No, dang it! I'm trying to get to it. Ah, poop. Okay, well, here, I'll put it right there. You did the Pokemon trainer.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that doesn't show is the white and red halves that he had.
I got it up here. Let me grab it here.
Hey.
I don't know if you can see that too well.
Real quick.
I love the Pokeball.
Switch.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I used the Lego sticker as an adhesive, basically, to put the two domes together to make the Pokeball.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great.
Well done.
Smart.
I will say this one actually, so this was the most replayed.
Yeah.
And it was Charizard. Which I thought was really awesome and very unique on how you did this.
That build alone, I think, got me a good few thousand subscribers because I clipped all these out to be YouTube shorts as well. And that's one of my most viewed YouTube shorts. People love that Charizard. And I think it's one of my best. It's definitely the best Pokemon I did, and it's one of the best Smash Bros. Characters I did.
Well, I think it's amazing because this right here, these are the Big Fig arms right here.
When I figured that out, I was like, this is going to be awesome. Once I got that, I was like, this is the piece that I need.
There. Big Fig arms that were orange.
And that's one of those things of me going on Bricklink for hours and researching, and I see, okay, what pieces come in orange, and I see that there's Big Fig arms, and I'm like, Charizard's kind of got those thick, muscly legs. There's got to be a way I can implement that.
Exactly.
He has the thick legs.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got the Basilisk head. Of course, you got the eyes on there. That's awesome.
Yeah. I was trying to, I have a friend who has one of those like Cricut printers where you can like print different like stickers and craft stuff. And I almost asked him to use that because I was trying to think of ways to put eyes on there, but I actually used the printer at my workplace because we have little label printers, and I was at work and I was on break one day. I was like, let me see if I can print this up, and I just printed it right then and there, and I was like, yeah, that works.
Nice. Now I know the last three builds. So the last three builds were it was a Lego Mega Constructs compilation.
Yeah.
Because of the pieces that weren't included. Of course, there's an advertisement here.
Yeah.
We don't pay for no ads.
I was a little sad that I couldn't get the faces right without cheating a little bit there.
There you go. So I know Ivysaur is part of the Pokemon trainers. part of the Pokemon Trainers Arsenal. You got Ivysaur here with Bulbasaur's face from the Mega Constructs.
Mhm.
And then there's also Squirtle. I mean, hey, you did a great job with Squirtle.
Yeah, I really like how I was able to get that one, especially in the size that I wanted to.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then you still gave him the shell.
Mm-hmm.
I
That's
love
a
how this
cool
is a
minifigure
minifigure arm right here. Yeah.
That I was trying to figure out how to do the tail, and I was once again just looking. I always start with color. I always just look at what color I need, and the only thing that matched the shape of his tail close enough was the minifigure arm, and I was like, I can figure out a way to clip that on.
Got it. You did it.
I like your method of searching. Do you
Mhm.
ever use the Studio app to do that same concept?
I've used it a few times in the past. I am very much a hands-on kind of person, though. So
Same.
as much as I try to do the 3D programming and stuff like that, once again, my friend who's an engineer, he's much smarter than I am at that kind of stuff. So I ask him for advice a lot because he uses Studio a lot. But I'm much more hands-on. A lot of the stuff that I build, like especially all the flowers, that's me in my bedroom at 2 a.m. just cooking stuff up, because without being able to actually use my hands and put things in the place that I want, using a mouse and keyboard is just too cumbersome for me.
Yeah.
So doing it right in front of me is always the way to go.
And I feel like too, a lot of your connection points are and things that Studio is not friendly enough for
Right.
that.
I'm
take
not
more
good
time
enough at
to do
Studio to do that. If I was very adept at Studio, then I would do this kind of stuff there. But I'm way better with my hands in person.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Plus, you can see what actually fits versus what the computer thinks will fit. Because sometimes
Right.
it doesn't line the same, or like the clutch power is not the same, or whatever.
Mhm. And there's a lot of connection points that wouldn't work on Bricklink Studio because they
Mhm.
really aren't one, but because I can
Right.
kind of rig it in front of me different ways. Like there are some things that I used rubber bands, or I used points where I would put things in a minifigure's arm sockets and stuff like that. So there's a lot of weird connection points.
Mhm.
Those illegal build techniques, as they say.
Right.
Illegal.
I had a conversation with a guy at Brickworld during one of my sessions, and because I was talking about the whole illegal or legal whatever, and I was saying how you're not building a Lego set, you're not designing a Lego set. As long as, in my mind, if you're using a Lego piece, it's legal. And if it's something, especially if nobody sees it, if it's covered up, but you just need to do it to make it work, who cares?
100%.
Mhm.
If it fits, it ships.
Mhm.
The last two are Pikachu. Did a great job there.
I
And
think
then
he's so
we got-
cute.
And then Pichu.
Pichu.
That was
Aww.
actually one of the first ones I designed too, because I was just testing the waters with the Mega Block stuff, and I didn't want to put too much money into it until I knew it would work. And so I just bought one of those cheap little Pokeballs that had Pichu in it, because in order to get the other ones, I would have had to buy a bigger set. And so I tested it with the Pichu one, and I found that star piece, and I was like, well, damn, okay, he's just about 2 pieces.
Yeah, I seen that.
That's
Like,
what I think is
that's a
amazing is
star.
how you did that.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's let me go back a step and right there.
Man, you use a lot of them 1x2.
I was just about to say that.
When I
You
Right.
use a lot of the 1x2 plates.
Guys, when I tell you that the 1x2 rounded plate is my favorite Lego piece in the world, I am not understating it. I use it so much for like everything I do. It's
Have you
the
seen the
best.
1x3 version of it?
There's a 1x5 now too.
Yeah.
I hope they make them in
And a
every
1x4.
size imaginable.
Yeah, they're
I know.
amazing.
That's a great way to honestly lead in the next section. But I do have just the question to go along with it. So, of course, we already know that Pokemon is going to be coming out with Lego in what, 2026?
Mhm.
2026. How high are the expectations for you when it comes to this set theme? Because they've taken it away from Mega Constructs. Mega Constructs did what they did with the franchise.
They were so bad.
Off the screen.
That was such a frustrating build.
They did what they did with the theme. Are we holding Lego to a high standard, or are we kind of giving them some room to explore the franchise and its build potential?
I mean, the expectations are definitely super high because expectations for Lego sets are already high. I mean, just look at the Lego Star Wars community. If you do one thing wrong, they come at you with a pitchfork. But, and I mean, Pokemon is kind of the same way. Pokemon fans are just as passionate as Lego Star Wars fans, if not more, I feel like. And if you do it wrong, I mean, people are going to buy it no matter what.
Yeah.
It's Pokemon. But I think if you do it wrong, it's not going to have the longevity. But I don't know. I hope it's because I'm more of a Nintendo fan first than just like Pokemon.
Yeah.
So like I'm not as excited for it as some other people probably are. But I hope I'm assuming it's going to be larger creature builds, which is probably what I expect. So it'd probably be something more in line with like the Creator 3-in-1 animals or something like that. I could see that being somewhat similar with it. So I'm excited, but I don't know if I'm going to like buy every single one.
Yeah, because I know not only did Mega Constructs, of course, do their whole Pokemon set build, but also Bricker Builds did their own thing. Instead of calling it Pokemon, though, it was Pocket Monsters, which is, I mean, the whole little namesake of it all. Because I mean, hey, they even did I'm going to share the screen right here. They even did their own version of the 3 first evolutions. Instead of Charizard's is Fire Dragon. Which they did a good job with it. We'll give them that.
They remind me of like miniature versions of the new Toothless.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking if Roblox had Pokemon, this is what it would look like.
I'm pretty sure. Does it say the designer on this webpage? Because I'm pretty sure I know who it is.
I don't know. Oh, it does.
Yep.
Matt.
Yeah, Matt. He was at Brickworld this year, and I mean previous years too. He always does really good video game stuff. His stuff is amazing.
Oh, and then of course he had even the Legendary Beasts.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So of course they can't go by their actual names, but I mean they killed it. Out of the this will be the one last question before we go into your segment. If there was a set that could come out from Lego on day one that you may actually consider as a day one purchase, do you have a set in mind that you'd love to see it turned into a set?
For Pokemon?
Yes, for Pokemon.
I feel like if they did like an 18 plus, because they got to do something 18 plus at some point, because that's where the age bracket. I mean, they have plenty of kids who are going to buy them, but you got to have something for the adults too. I feel like if they did like a large, kind of like the Hulkbuster with the Marvel sets, if they did like a large Mewtwo that kind of size, I'd be all over that.
I was thinking that or Charizard, honestly.
If they don't do a whole bunch of Gen 1 stuff, they're flushing money down the toilet.
Oh, yeah.
I think
Gen
the
1's only
creator
been around for 25 years or whatever.
Yeah. I think the creator set idea is definitely an awesome way to look at it, especially if you want to do like evolutions.
Yeah, I think that was kind of where my mind went. I feel like that would be the coolest and the most cost-effective for both the consumer and Lego, because they could get 3 sets in one and they could really design it around those 3 evolutions, because it would probably be similar colors and pieces anyway. So
yeah,
like a 3-in-1.
And I also feel like Lego could potentially dive deeper into a more of like the building platform of it all, because of like the brick built cities that we see. They could look at doing the Poke Center or or Professor Oak's laboratory. I don't know. There's ideas out there, or even a gym. That'd be hilarious if they did a gym.
I've seen a lot of people saying that they think they're going to use the minifigure vending machine balls for Pokeballs, but I feel like that's too small to do what they want to do.
You would have to have micro-built Pokemon to go in them, yeah.
Or minifig scale Pokemon.
Right.
Because there are minifig scale Pokemon that are able to be utilized in that form.
Yeah.
As I say, depending on the Pokemon, if you made a minifig scale, some of them would still be very large.
Yeah.
No.
Like that Charizard that I made, that ain't fitting in one of those balls.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see a Snorlax be made.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's just going to be a mold, though, if anything.
I mean, they could do like a big fig type scenario where it's like 5 or 6 pieces.
Buff grandma style.
Yeah.
I'll be we'll see what happens. Heck,
Sleeping.
that'd be too awesome. But no, onto the piece that you have described yourself as, and this will lead to the amazing segment that is right after the brand new platform pull one, which we're very glad that we are able to do that one with you, kind of delve deeper into your Lego love. But we're gonna roll that. We're gonna roll the clip.
Super hardcore, breaking the mold, building wild creations, watch the stories unfold. Together we'll fly through the wildest of dreams. With every Lego piece, we craft the extremes.
1x2 rounded plate with open stud.
Best
I
piece
agree.
ever.
I love this piece, which we'll talk about here in just a second. So, what is the 1x2 rounded plate? If you look at it on Bricklink, it's going to say plate first because Bricklink. And yes, with open studs, so we can stick things in it. Look at all these colors you get. You can do so many things with all these colors. I bet that's part of the reason why you love it.
Mm-hmm. Very versatile.
I mean, it's basically a 1x2 plate, but different.
Mm-hmm.
We got this piece in 2018. So we haven't actually, I wouldn't consider us having it very long.
It's relatively new.
Yeah. And to have as many colors as it has already this soon, I'm grateful. It also came out in like 7 other sets that year. So you didn't just get it in the black in this set. It came out in like tan and some other colors. But it also is now in like Suki set. Floral arrangements, which obviously you're going to use those for everything.
Oh yeah.
The Pegasus they're in the wings, so you can like flip the feathers, which they also have them in the, I don't know if I have it built still, the Hagrid bird.
Oh yeah.
Hagrid, not Hagrid. Oh my god, I can't even think of his name. Hedwig.
Yes.
They're in there as well. But yeah, 35480 if anybody wants to acquire some of them parts for themselves. You've only got almost 1,500 sets worth of, options if you don't want to pick just the piece up. Why? Because look at it. Yeah, there's just so many options. Also, I learned you can fit one of those in a 1x3 arch. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I did not either until I did this segment. I was like, that's good to know because look, they used the 1x1. I don't know. I call them a ledge piece.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, to snap those together and it fits. I said, okay, I might have to use that building technique for something because that would be a good, well-rounded build.
When I see stuff like that, it makes me wish I did more architectural buildings and stuff like that.
Right? Well, it's like when I see these things that, like these examples here, it's like, oh, okay, so that's how I get away from building square. Because everything's so blocky. It's like I'm always trying to find ways to smooth the edges. And yeah, those are perfect pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But we made a piece. We may be cheating. We may have used this piece before in a previous mock that we made for something else. But that rounded technique, yes, love it.
I have a vase just like that sitting somewhere in this room. That's great for
See?
circular builds.
Yep. I'm here for it.
I wish those would go on the Pick a Brick wall at Lego stores more often.
Yes.
100%.
100%.
I'll take those over masonry bricks any day.
100%. And more colors, please, because I don't need short and long or whatever. Just give me a bunch of those, because yeah, that's gonna open up a whole world of angles.
I mean,
you don't need.
you can use them in any method too. Flat surface, at laying them on their sides and stacking them up looks great for a road texture.
Mhm.
Using them in a wall.
Wicker basket.
Mhm.
Always what I think of when I see this color in this pattern. I'm
Mhm.
like, that's a basket. I basically just got to put a handle on it and I'm done.
Well, I feel like it works for brick walls too, almost the same or better than masonry bricks because it has that texture to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like where the mortar would go in.
Mhm.
That's genius. I didn't even think about that. I always saw it as woven instead of brick laid, but that's.
I think it comes down a lot to the color, and then you kind of see it in different ways. Because like with that dark orange, that it looks like a wicker basket for sure.
I could see it with blue too, if you want to use it for a water feature.
I've seen waves. There was a wave around one of the big Lord of the Rings builds.
Mhm.
That was the waves splashing on the building that they use that technique with. Yeah, it's definitely a fun method to use.
Mhm.
We love that piece.
Very, very good choice on your favorite piece.
I just find it funny though, because like in a lot of the things you were pointing out in your video, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, now I see why he picked it because it's here and it's there. It's like,
oh yeah, just watching all the different videos or watching that video alone by itself, I see that piece constantly. I'm just like, he loves this piece.
It's besides the 1x2
I've seen the
rounded. I
pattern.
don't know if you guys have seen the 1x1 like stud clip that's come out recently. That's coming up on my list of favorite pieces ever because I use that a lot too.
It's the minifig clip one that you're talking about.
I'm trying to think what set it was in. The set that I saw it in was the flower arrangement with like the white vase, and there's like 40 green ones that they use in a circle around it. Let me see if I can find one here because I think I got one in my drawer right now. Let's see. Yeah, here it is. So it's these. It's the 1x1. It's like a clip, but with a stud on it too.
Oh,
yep. Yeah, it looks like a ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are coming up on my list of favorite pieces ever. I used them a lot in that Pokemon video too. My Lucario one used a few of those. So did Greninja.
Heck yeah. But dude, that's all. So I'm happy that we got to have you on here. I think it's awesome that we got to do a little Brickworld Chicago recap with you.
A lot happens in 5 days.
Yeah, exactly. See, Jake, this is what happens when you miss out. It's not all
3 margarita shot. That's the song I was thinking of. Not that other song.
Not the other one.
What I was singing.
On one hand, I feel like I was there for like 2 years, but on the other hand, I was over in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I woke up and it was Monday, and I'm like, I didn't get to see this. I missed that event. When did this happen? I see footage of things. I'm like, where was I?
I took a nap on days when it was public days. Because, like, when it was public days, I was just like, I'm going to go upstairs to the room and fall asleep. And then just to see everything gone like that on a Sunday, it was terrifying. Because everyone was already easily to pack it up. And I'm like, ugh, why?
I wanted
4
to
o'clock
take a nap
and tables get
5
wrecked.
days. Yeah. I wanted to take a nap one of those 5 days, but I felt like I just had this FOMO of like something's gonna happen. I need to be at my table, but then what happens
Someone's
is
gonna do something.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I did nothing. I didn't unpack. I didn't do anything. I just rested all day and sat on my couch because I was just so burnt out.
Oh my
I
god!
have everything unpacked from the vehicle wise, but it's all just in that room.
It's on the other side of the monitor. You can't see it.
Just stacked up. Like, yeah,
I just finished mine a couple days ago. So
I just took the cornhole boards out of my car. We played cornhole. Legit brought close over. Like we played the normal cornhole, but we brought cornhole.
Mohawk and I still undefeated.
The next year.
Yeah, still undefeated with Mohawk. Oh my god! But no, dude, it's been such a pleasure having you on here, man.
Appreciate it.
What we do towards the end of the episode, of course, and this is for everybody that comes on here, we basically ask them to tell us where we can find you, and then what's the next project that's coming up for you.
Okay. I see. I'm on Hot Ones again. So I'm on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Next, as far as next project, I mean, cat litter box. That's on the list.
Yes.
But as far as like long-term career goals, I really want to keep going with YouTube. I have a few videos queued up that I just need to film. When you're at Brickworld for 5 days, it kind of postpones a few things. But yeah, I got a whole bunch more YouTube videos coming. That's kind of my bread and butter. That's where I like to put a lot of my time. So stay tuned to YouTube. That's where I'm going to get a lot of videos coming out soon.
Heck yeah, you're rocking out on YouTube at 34,000 followers.
I set a goal for myself at the beginning of the year. Oh my God, adorable kitten on screen.
Yep.
I set a goal for myself at the beginning of the year. I wanted to be at 40 by the end of the year because I started at 20 at the beginning of this year.
Yeah.
So I wanted to double it, and I think that's within the realm of possibility. My fiance keeps telling me I should shoot for 50, but we'll see. But yeah, I really want to continue to be a part of the community and get to know a lot more people, because I feel like at conventions like Brickworld, I get to see the best of that community, and like I get to see all the great people who make amazing things. And I would love to do Brickworld every month if I could, but until then, I make my videos on YouTube and stay informed with that with other people on the platform, and that'll do for the next year.
Heck yeah. Plus, this is the first time we had the snappiest dresser on our podcast, so
Facts.
this might have to be a regular thing. I don't know. I like the blue blazer.
I feel snazzy.
I feel very snazzy.
Quite well.
If you ever want to wear that blazer again, look good together.
Exactly. Or heck, I
Yeah.
might have to show up to Brickworld Chicago and bring my blazer with me.
There you
Just
go.
walk around.
I mean,
Oh my god.
It's one of the best decisions I ever made, because even if people don't remember my name, they remember the guy in the red suit. So that's good enough for me.
I was about to say, and I think that was one of the questions we didn't actually ask in the podcast, was like, where did the red suit come from?
I wish I had a great story for it. It was kind of just like, as I was kind of think tanking my YouTube channel, just kind of getting ideas for it. I think it was 2022, the beginning of 2022. I had an event that I was going to with my then girlfriend, now fiance. We were going to an awards ceremony for something, and I needed a suit because I didn't really have one that fit me good at the time.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to stand out. And so I was like, can I wear a red one? And she's like, I don't see why not. And so then I had this red suit. And as I was working on my YouTube channel and trying to get things started, I was like, what if I wear this in my videos? Because that's kind of memorable. So that's how it started.
Heck yeah. I love it. There's
Yeah,
two
that's-
people now in red suits that I care about. Santa and you.
Yeah.
Oh, but before we end off the show,
We'll just kick him off there.
just cut me off, why don't you? Oh god, I still need to record this video of me doing this, but we're going to go through and just say this out loud here. Folks, if you enjoyed the podcast tonight, we are of course live on Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Our season finale will be next week. As far as guests, we haven't pulled up anything as far as guests are concerned, so that'll be just a surprise for everybody. But if you missed any episodes or want to recap on any of the episodes that we had, go to Brick at Night on ELPN on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. You can check out our content at Brick at Night, where the E is a 3 on Instagram. And then, of course, on TikTok, we are also at Brick at Night. Now, of course, if you enjoyed the content that we are providing you guys with and you want to support the creators behind it, check out at Unhappy Mohawk, at Supercabre, at brick.it.jake, or myself at ken.nerd with the E's or 3's and that nickname. And give us a follow, subscribe, like everything that we have to offer. And of course, also follow Red Suit Studs, because he was an amazing guest tonight. And we are very happy to have him on here. Well, folks, if there's nothing else that we need to talk about, I think we can call it.
I
Do
just
you
like
remember to
feeling
get your
fans.
stamp at
I was gonna say, I
Chicago?
need to have to take off my shirt.
My stamps? Oh, yeah, I did get my stamps in Chicago.
There you go. I got mine in Miami. Or Fort Lauderdale.
Nice.
Yep.
Jake, I'll let you close this out, brother, since you weren't in Chicago with us. If you may.
Well, from all of us here at Brick at Night, Peace out, everybody. See ya.